Digital revolution. A brief history. The digital revolution was led by big brands and innovators. We witnessed the poor man's races to patent registrations, scientists making scientific claims, the connected consumers demanding for affordable digital goods and services, and so forth. The digital shift is not just a technological one, it is cultural. Our journey starts in 1947 with transistors. Much of the progress in the past 60 years has been because of the success of the transistor. Invented in the 1940s, it replaced vacuum tubes in televisions, radios, and other electronic equipment. Its ruggedness, small size and low power consumption produced a wave of miniaturization resulting in home computers, digital cameras, cell phones and other devices. Research in transistors is ongoing. The capability of electronics will continue to improve for the foreseeable future. One of the first practical paging services was launched in 1950 for physicians in the New York City area. Physicians paid $12 per month for the service and carried a 200-gram, 7 ounces pager that would receive phone messages within 40 kilometers, 25 miles of a single transmitter tower. On June 14, 1951, the U.S. Census Bureau dedicates UNIVAC, the world's first commercially produced electronic digital computer. UNIVAC, which stood for Universal Automatic Computer, was developed by J. Presper Eckert and John Mauchly, makers of ENIAC, the first general-purpose electronic digital computer. Short for Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, ARPANET or ARPANET began development in 1969 by the United States ARPA. ARPANET was created to make it easier for people to access computers, improve computer equipment, and to have a more effective communication method for the military. Ray Tomlinson is generally credited as having sent the first email across a network, initiating the use of the @ sign to separate the names of the user and the user's machine in 1971, when he sent a message from one Digital Equipment Corporation December 10 computer to another December 10. The first laptop in the modern form was the 16-bit Grid Compass 1101, designed by Bill Moggridge in 1979-80, and released in 1981. Enclosed in a magnesium case, it introduced the now familiar clamshell design, in which the flat display folded shut against the keyboard. The first commercial compact disc was produced on 17 August 1982. It was a recording from 1979 of Claudio Arrau performing Chopin waltzes. Arrau was invited to the Langenhagen plant to press the start button. The first popular music CD released at the new factory was The Visitors, 1982 by ABBA. Martin Cooper was the first person to make an analog cellular mobile phone call on a prototype in 1973. The Motorola Dynatac 8000X was very large compared to phones today. This first cell phone was very expensive when it was released in the USA in 1984. In 1988, Fujifilm developed the Fujix DS1P, the world's first fully digital camera, and in 1989, it began sales of the Fujix DSX, the world's first commercially produced digital camera. Tim Berners-Lee, a British scientist, invented the World Wide Web in 1989, while working at CERN. The web was originally conceived and developed to meet the demand for automated information sharing between scientists in universities and institutes around the world. In 1990 only 0.05% of people are using the Internet. In 1991 CERN's web browser software released for public use. In 1992, commercial dial-up Internet becomes available, cue screeching noises. The IBM Simon Personal Communicator is a handheld, touchscreen PDA designed by International Business Machines, and manufactured by Mitsubishi Electric. BellSouth Cellular Corp. Distributed the IBM Simon in the United States between August 1994 and February 1995, selling 50,000 units. In 1997, launch of first modern social media site 6 Degrees. In 1999, Bluetooth technology is introduced to the world. In 2000, broadband is introduced to the UK, providing much faster internet access. Skype launches in August 2003, aiming to connect people around the world via video chats and voice calls. A year later, Facebook is born. It is the start of a new age of social media. The name, the Facebook, is snatched from flyers distributed by colleges to first-year students. In 2005, YouTube launches with a video at the zoo. The co-founder, Jawed Karim, uploads a clip titled Me at the Zoo on April 23. The video-sharing website gets sold to Google a year later. The iPhone is introduced to the media on January 9, 2007. The smartphone is released to the public a few months later on June 29. It supports third-party applications using the Safari and Web 2.0 applications accessible via the web. In 2009, the fused deposition modeling printing process patents owned by Stratasys expires. The 3D printing technologies themselves have been around since 1980s. Apple launches the iPad in 2010. Tablet computers starts picking up in popularity since then. In 2011, Bitcoin becomes the first fully digital currency to be accepted widely on the Internet. Organizations, such as WikiLeaks and the Electronic Frontier Foundation, begins accepting Bitcoin donations. Google starts testing driverless cars on public roads in 2012. In 2016, the Oculus Rift virtual reality headset is made available to consumers. Facebook purchases the design in March 2014, and the design is developed and then manufactured by Oculus VR, a division of the social media company. The Information Age. The digital revolution is the beginning of a historic period known as the Information Age, and this is where we are right now. New jobs and better standards in business were introduced. Our organizational behaviors are now dependent upon digital technology, and this is just the beginning of our digital transformation. A few years back, research studies were making predictions about the future of organizations beyond 2015. By 2018, half of all business process jobs, that's 50%, will disappear, while digital jobs will see a 500% increase. The total cost of ownership for business operations will go down 30% thanks to smart machines and industrialized services. The digital workforce needs to be equipped with new skills that will allow working alongside intelligent machines, automated decision-making and brutal environments. Are you ready to start this journey and be a protagonist in this history?